Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. My name is Anna and I am going to share my hybrid creative journal, or my take, or how I put mine together. I watched Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. Of course there's many others on YouTube, but she is the one that I took to, and she has a wonderful playlist. I will link her channel down below, and she has a great tutorial, and she also linked other crafters that their style of how they put theirs together. So she does hers with the composition notebook, and well, she has the tutorial off the composition notebook, but now she's using a set of, I believe they're children's dictionaries, and they have the harder cover, but I do like the version of the compositions that she did. And what she did is increase the spine. And I happen to have a supply of them because of my kids going to school and always stocking up on their supplies. My youngest is now in college and the other two no longer go to school, so I used what I had, and I will show you the supplies that I used, and then we'll show you the notebook, well, the journal. So she increased the spine, and I do have, I don't know, cardstock. It's not very thick, but they're almost, I think these are 12 by 12 that I have, and I have quite a stack. So of course, instead of going out and buying whatever, I use what I have. So to increase the spine, I used a piece of this. She also uses duct tape. Now I might have to, she puts 3 layers of duct tape on the spine. I might have to take mine down to 2 because this is Gorilla duct tape and it's super thick. And when I went to sew in the signatures, I don't know how thick the regular one is, but this one just seemed really tough. So the Gorilla tape might be a little bit thicker and stronger than the regular duct tape. So like I said, I might just not use 3 layers and go down to 2, or get a different tape, but I would like to use what I have, so I might have to adjust that. Now the inside of the composition notebook, once you take it out to make room, these are your extra pages. So I did put some of these back in there, but I didn't, she dyes hers with food coloring, and I would like to try that eventually, but I didn't have a chance to. I had some colored, like, I think this paper is thicker than printer paper. So I had colored paper, so I used some colored paper. The ones I have are a little bit thicker than printer paper, and I got some from my mom and some from my husband, because they both work with paper in a sense, and when they go to recycle or throw it out, they'll always ask me if I want or need any of it. And so now I'll be wanting or needing more than I normally would if I keep making the journals. So these are just papers, and they're printed front and back. And in the journal, since I'll be covering them, they're just, instead of them throwing them out and recycling them there, I'll upcycle them here. So I used that, and then I used some old calendars that I had. These, I believe, are from last year. So I cut this down and I used that. This is a very long calendar. And I had another calendar. This one I think my mom gave me from her office. Or she gave me both of those calendars, actually. And I believe she gave me this one as well. I use these because this is the calendar all with A's. So this is what I used for my cover. She used calendar, like shiny calendars, some of them, the prints off of there. And she used like 12 by 12 scrapbook paper also. But I think this is going to be my next cover because I like the A on this one. So, yeah, so see, there's all different, well, I don't know what that one, but see all the different A's. So these will be most of my covers probably until I run out. Okay, and then here's some more big papers that I got. And I have a big stack of these too, and I'm just gonna upcycle those, and I added some of those in there. She used red line tape, so I had some of that. And then so she used red line tape along the edge here to line up her paper and to cover it, but she used glue here. I don't have too much glue, so I went ahead and just continued with double-sided tape because I have like 2 rows of this, and this is very good double-sided tape that I have. And so I use that. I did use the red line tape to make the first line because this one, it's not edge to edge. It has, see how it folds down? So the tapes is like in the center of the paper. So this was easier to line up to make the straight edge here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the flip through. So this is a regular composition notebook. This has 100 sheets in it. It's a wide rule composition notebook. So I increased my spine. I sewed in the signatures. This was the first one, and so I'm gonna go back because I did start saving once I got interested in her journal. I put January here because it's out of the calendar, so I did start saving. She saves like menus or just all different things to add into the journal, and she makes tags to journal on. So this is what I did. This is part of the calendar. I put the little holes and tied some ribbon, and then this was scrapbook paper that I had extra. It was an extra sheet, and so I have to glue this down here, but what I did was just fold up. This will be covered, so I'll add something here. This is blank, so but I do want to glue the edge here, and then I'll have a pocket. And then, so just a quick flip through, you'll see part of the calendar. And I'm not sure if she does, but I did do all the corners, the corner punch on all the pages. So here's some of that pink paper. And I did have to, my daughter wrote in here, so I'm gonna save that and leave that in there. She does show where you can put washi tape to add the papers together to make them bigger. And I think I just stuck a piece of the double-sided tape on there, and it's holding good. I think on the edge I might have added a little glue. So there's the notebook paper that I added. Here's that double-sided print paper that I had, so that'll all be covered. I added some blue paper. Like I said, as you go day by day and journal, she adds pockets and tags. I think she cuts out pieces of magazines, just adds, different stuff. So once I get started and catch up on the dates, like I said, I've been taking notes and collecting things to add in it. So now that I have it together, I can go through. And then this, I love palm trees, so I'll probably not cover that part and then journal around it. So that was part of the calendar, and that also says January, and that'll be January. This is the center of my first signature, and this is just the twine that I used, and then it's the other half of the papers. So that, and then the pocket in the back. So this is the center, where there's space, to put extra stuff in. She also shows, I forgot what it's called, but where she takes along the stuff that she adds, and it's like extra paper, scrap pieces and stuff to journal with. So on this one, instead of putting the pocket on the outside, I put the pocket on the inside. So like I said, I still got to glue that or tape it together so it's not open and nothing falls out that way. And I'll have the pocket here, and then again the pink paper. Here's the calendar. And then I was thinking, but I don't know how to work out, but if the date lines up, I could just circle if it happens to be, towards the top of the page, and then cover the rest. On the next one, I would like to try to food color the paper, but I have to watch. I watched her video. She has video on that also. I watched her video on that, but I'll have to watch it again and then give it a try. And so that's just the paper. So like I said, I used pretty much what I had, and then put some pieces of paper together. I don't know if you can see the crease right there. But yeah, I stuck the piece of the double stick tape and then just glued the edges where it wasn't covered. So that's the center of that one. And then a pocket on the inside. And another piece of scrapbook paper that I had. And then the back. This was the front of the calendar. And my favorite colors are red and black. This is part of the A from the cover of the calendar. So I thought, and then since this one would be January and February, so it has the red in the back for February. So on one of my hauls, I did show y'all this. And I know a lot of people have bought the pink one from Tuesday Morning, but I think I used a 60% off coupon and bought this one for like 10 bucks at Michael's with the coupon. So this didn't work on this. And there's where you can see I sewed my signatures. And I'm sure it'll work if you, you know, I haven't seen any videos where people complain about it. I think it's still a really good tool, but if you can see the grooves in here, or where it screws on, this is longer. Let's see, is it in frame? Is longer than this. So that's the only reason why I didn't get to use this, because the book is too long to fit in between here to do the holes. But the tool still helped me because it does come. I didn't use I used the awl that came with it, so I thought I needed that, and then I needed the needle. So I mean, it came with the tools that I needed anyway, so it did come in handy. I just couldn't use this part of it. But I still think it's a very good tool. And if I make smaller journals or inserts, I'm sure, you know, that'll work really great with it. So as far as my dates, I do have these two die cut sets that I had obviously got at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and this one has all the months. So if I wanted to put the months on each page or in the beginning of the inserts, I have this, or I could just write it out, but I'll probably, you know, use some of the tools that I bought. More than likely on the daily ones, I'll probably use these because they're bigger. These are tiny numbers, and I've used these before. And you have to, I have to make a lot. Either way, you have to keep cutting them out to get enough that you need. But it says today on there, so I can, cut out today and then put the date. And then I'll just have to write in if I wanted, the day of the week. But I'll definitely use these. And then I will be using my scraps to cut those out. So a way to use my scraps, so I'll use the die cuts, and then I just have different scraps that I can cut down. And then this is what I have in scraps. It's one of those kind of like the shoebox totes that I had got from Dollar Tree. So I have plenty different scraps in here to go through and use. And it may not look like a lot, but as you go down in it, to me, it's plenty. But I just wanted to share that with you and show you, the tools that I've been using and have used, and what a great journal this is. So again, a composition notebook. I think I should have made the ribbon a little longer, because if it gets wider, but I'll make do with this, the first one. So I like the way it came out. Like I said, my only thing is I think my tape is really thick, so I'll just have to adjust that somehow and use a strip less instead of 3. Maybe try to line it up to where I could use 2. So from the thin composition notebook to expanding the spine, and it'll be a 2-month journal. So a signature for the first month and a signature for the second month. And I can't wait to make the other ones. And after I get a few pages done, I'll see if you're interested. Let me know, and I'll come back on and just show you what I did, and how I covered and filled in the papers. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you liked this video. Leave me comments, let me know what you think, if you have any ideas, and if you would like to see how it comes out after I get a couple of pages done. So thank you for all your support, and I will see you in the next video.